Good afternoon, I'm Colette Linden.
And I'm Dani Dupuis. Welcome to the special report.
So today we are sponsored by Casey Security, and we want to thank them, and we will have them on our show this week or next week as an interview. I know they're super busy keeping us safe.
I had an actually nice conversation with Dan this morning. They were here at he was here right at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I caught him as he pulled in, and we just had a little chat outside.
Aww.
And he was staying nice and warm because it was -7 this morning.
Yes, it was cold. It was cold. Well, thanks again to Casey Security, and we're going to throw it over to Chris for an update.
Thank you very much. We now have our numbers for today here in Algoma. We have tested 1,358 people. We still have only 12 positive cases, and we're actually waiting for 382 cases. I'm not sure, there must be some sort of backlog at the provincial level there for testing, because that number keeps going up each day. And then also, we have no one who has died from COVID-19 in the Algoma district, which is fantastic. And we have 6 of the 12 cases resolved, meaning that those people have now fully recovered. I'm also going to have more about the provincial modeling in my segment after the commercials. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
If you're watching, send us your comments, your hellos, your salutations on Facebook Live.
Anything. We'll be able to shut it up. Well, not anything. We got to keep this PG now. We don't need any nonsense on the show.
No. So the Premier is set to speak at 1:30 today.
Oh, a little
having
later.
a late lunch. So we will have our show for 15 minutes, take a little bit of a break, and come back to watch the Premier and what he has to say.
Beautiful.
So listen. Have you been out to the stores and you feel like a sneeze coming on?
Oh my
or
God,
a cough?
so much.
And you're terrified to even do one of these? Well, we found this meme the other day, which we wanted to share with you on Friday. We forgot. When you're trying to hold back from coughing, literally me right now. That is so accurate. I don't know. I'm sure you've experienced it when you're going out and you know you're going to get the death stare, eh?
Even I went for a run the other day and I started coughing because a car came by. It was just like the buildup of dust. And when I started coughing, I'm like, oh my God, people probably think I have COVID-19.
I know, you're
I gotta explain myself. Like, I'm just coughing. I'm just running.
So, if you're one of, like me and you've got a sneeze coming on, you're not alone. Those veins will be popping out of your head.
I'll just start yelling pineapples at you. To make
Oh, wait a minute. Hot tamale. That's the word.
It's also International Pineapple Upside Down Cake Day.
I don't know why she knows that, but
Neither
she does.
do I,
And now you do too. Thanks for that,
Who
Dani.
makes this stuff up?
I don't.
I don't, who sits around and says, I think we'll do that this day?
I don't know. Why is a spoon called a spoon? There's so many questions we don't know.
Wow, this show just went like this. Because nothing on here is about a spoon. Nothing at all. That's okay. But let's talk about Community First. They're doing something super cool right now. They want to honor healthcare heroes. So from today to the 1st of May, they're asking that you nominate your favorite healthcare hero
beautiful.
with a little background information as to why they're your hero. At the end of the 2 weeks, they are going to forward some gift cards to the winners.
That's
Isn't
amazing.
that cool?
Yeah.
So you can go to their website for more information or to any of their social media pages. But just, if you have a healthcare hero in mind, nominate them.
That's
they can get a gift
awesome.
card. Maybe they'll get you some takeout. You guys can have takeout at a
There's
social
lots of
distance.
options now for takeout. We know that.
That's right. Now,
Yes.
there's other things going on. What about Sioux Vacuum?
Sioux Vacuum, we found out today that they're actually donating or giving up to 5,000 to 7,000 vacuum bag to make masks.
Yeah, super cool.
How amazing is that? And there's a lot of other community business people around the town right now who are doing those little initiatives. Canadian Tire was donating hand sanitizer last week. We also saw from the Burton Clan, actually a musicianal
That's
group.
super cool.
They are going around to all the different seniors' homes and singing outside, and they're kind of calling it seniors
I wanna do
entertainment.
that.
Isn't that cool?
You know how I love to sing.
You totally should. Ask them when they're on next. Be a backup singer. Come on, it would be fun.
I don't.
Speaking of singers, actually, Colette will know this, Dani won't. But Chantal Kreviazuk came out with a new album yesterday, the Canadian singer. So
There you go.
Let me guess, I wasn't born yet.
You're probably diapers, something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
But not even been a thought.
You're slightly born. Yeah.
Slightly, okay.
born. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that information, Christopher.
I try to be
what
a
about
pocket of useless
what about the
information.
RV story?
Oh,
That's a cool one.
I just had an interview today with Marnie Carmichael. She's actually a local Siouxite. She's now in Burlington. And what they're doing, hometown. Shout out. She loves it there, by the way. She says Burlington's beautiful. Come on, can't beat the Sioux.
No.
Can't beat the Sioux. But amazing thing that they're doing right now is they're looking for individuals to donate their RVs to be donated to frontline workers. So
look at that.
that's a very nice one. I wouldn't mind that myself.
Right?
Maybe.
You would feel like you're on a movie set.
I know. I'd like to run away from my parents on that one.
Oh, that's nice. Pretend you're a movie star.
Exactly. So we had a beautiful conversation today, and so far there have been 120 RVs that have been matched to frontline workers, and they just stay right in their driveways. They don't have to go anywhere, but that way it's just a little bit easier, so they don't cross-contaminate with their family members. Like, so
That's
beautiful.
Cool. That's really cool. What about the lions and tigers and bears? Oh, my story. So because there's less people out and about, there's been more animal sightings, and I know in the Sioux we've had a bear sighting, and Chris was just updating us on a kangaroo story. Why don't you fill everybody in on that one, Christopher?
Yeah, there was a video that surfaced yesterday, and it was a kangaroo in Sydney, and it was literally hopping down the main street in Sydney, and it went on for like 45 seconds before like anything even appeared, and then there was this one car that appeared. The kangaroo kind of looked at it funny and just kept on going, and it's just like there was no one on the street at all. I mean, it looked like everyone had just completely disappeared, and the only thing in Sydney was this kangaroo, so it's kind of cool.
What a
How
cool
fitting.
sight.
How fitting. Poor little Roo bouncing around. I wonder if he had a little baby in his pocket or her pocket, right? What about the, you wanted to talk about Alzheimer's Society and the Steelers.
Yes, Alzheimer's Society, if you have a chance to go onto their Facebook page, what they're doing right now is they're giving daily tips on how to self-quarantine and also, you know, how to pass the time. As many of us know, it's a little confusing and daunting right now as to how many times can you do that crossword puzzle over and over again, or Sudoku. So they're kind of just elevating it to give people a little bit more, hey, this is what you can do. And then also with the Sioux Steelers, unfortunately, because of everything, they've actually postponed their season. They were supposed to start on May 30th, and now that's going to be postponed. But you know what? The talk is, as everyone knows, we'll just look forward to 2021 and as many athletes. That's the unfortunate thing, is we're just going to wait a full year to see what happens.
So we're just going to pretend 2020 didn't happen. But I think that all summer sports, at this point, everybody's kind of accepted the fact that there's going to be nothing. One more thing, the Emergency Child Care Center opened up at the YMCA for frontline workers. That does not include media, by the way. But Chris has a fix around that one too. What was that fix, Chris? If you want to be in
Yes, I decided not to have kids so that if there ever was a global pandemic and no childcare, I wouldn't have that problem. However, Colette decided to cause herself that problem, but I didn't, so I'm fine. So.
Well, way to plan properly, Chris.
Way to think ahead,
I was doing a lot of
Chris.
long-term planning there. Yeah, it was a lot of long-term planning.
Oh my goodness. What was that? A ninny hammer? Isn't that where we came up with
Ninny
that?
hammer, yes, it totally was.
But for all, to find out the full list of who does qualify for that emergency, go to SiouxOnline.com. We have that story there. We are going to throw to a commercial right now. We will be back with more COVID-19 updates and some more bantering between Danny, Chris, and Colette. Welcome back. Just want to remind you that we are sponsored by Casey Security, and they had an awesome Instagram post thanking all of their employees.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. So way to go,
Their
guys.
business has been up too lately.
Oh, I
so-
can imagine. Yeah, for sure. Just a couple comments on Facebook Live. Yes, Susan Jane, Chris is keeping us updated very well. And Bobby, definitely, we did say a kangaroo. We are going to throw to Chris, who's got some information. According to the modeling, Ontario has peaked. So why don't you tell us more about that, Chris?
Yes, excellent news. It looks like we have peaked now here in Ontario. About an hour ago, there was a press conference with the Chief Medical Officer of Health and several other people in the Ontario Health Ministry. And basically what it is that because we did like the stay at home, the social distancing and so on, it looks like we've hit the top of the peak for Ontario. What this means is that the new cases that we're seeing are not growing in an upward trajectory. It looks like we're now sort of flattening out, and hopefully we will start to go back down. There is a couple areas of concern. One is the long-term care. There's still outbreaks there and still increasing cases there. And then also places like homeless shelters and jails are also seeing more cases come out because of COVID-19, because they're in a confined setting and it's hard to separate people out. We are actually now trending towards the best case scenario here in Ontario, which is fantastic. And we are avoiding any surges in cases. It's been kind of static, which is good. Also, what they want to remind you of is essential travel outside of your house is this: accessing healthcare services, picking up groceries or prescriptions, and also supporting vulnerable members of the community by helping them pick up their prescriptions and their food and so on. So if we continue to keep doing that, staying at home and only going out for essential trips, and then also the social distancing, we should be able to be on that downward trend on that peak. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Chris. We mentioned this morning the worry that sex workers are having at the moment because they can't apply for the funding. But we've also mentioned between the three of us that like social distancing would not be available to sex workers. So we kind of think that they don't have a leg to stand on.
I mean, it's definitely an interesting topic to say the least.
Oh, well, yeah, that's why we brought it up today. Now, okay, moving on from that, I love how the commercials have changed on TV to accommodate, right? So I don't know if your advertising budgets are going to be extended or what's going on, but I saw Cottonelle have Share a Square.
That one's clever.
I'm not sure you really want to be sharing toilet paper. That just does not sound like a good idea
toilet
to me.
paper, at least.
Well, yeah.
Gently used toilet paper.
How
that
about-
sounds safe.
How about we change it to Share a Spare Square? Okay?
I
Yeah,
like that.
that's
Share a
much
spare
There you
square.
go, Cottonelle. You can have that one for
Toilet paper
Free.
for everyone.
just the pizza ones. Just saying how they're contactless delivery. Like it's pretty cool how they've changed everything. But you know, more concerning is if we don't get back to regular function, what's going to happen to our shows? We're going to run out of things to watch. We're going to be in rerun city.
Oh my God.
And I can't live without Grey's Anatomy being updated because, like, I need to know what's going on at that hospital. Right?
Show have been on like for 2 decades
Yes.
now or something. Is
Yes,
it
it
is it
has.
ever gonna die?
Listen, Chris, with the amount of hot doctors they have in that show, they can continue this for another 14
keep doing their
seasons.
stuff. Please don't say anything though. I'm not caught up. I'm not caught up yet.
I won't.
But I started Transplant. That's a good new
Oh,
show.
I did start that too. Okay, well, unfortunately, we have to go. Boo, boo. We'll be back at 8 a.m. tomorrow. However, Premier will be back at 1:30. We want to remind you again that we are sponsored by Casey Security and thanking them for that. Go to SiouxOnline.com, visit Algoma Marketplace, hashtag in this together, Sault Ste. Marie. And one final thing, email us at specialreportssm@gmail.com. Have an awesome Monday.
See you, everyone.